Alright, let's dive into something that's got the MotoGP world buzzing right now. Marco Bezzecchi, the Aprilia rider, who's been on a rollercoaster this season, just dropped some pretty revealing insights ahead of the British MotoGP. And honestly, it's not just about his performance, it's about the mindset shift he's going through, which I find way more fascinating. Here's the deal, Bezzecchi dominated Silverstone last year, but this time around, he's approaching it with a completely different headspace. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about the track or the bike, it's about how he's handling the pressure, the injuries, and the setbacks. Personally, I think this is where the real story is. It's easy to talk about lap times and bike setups, but the mental game in racing. That's where champions are made or broken. Now, let's talk about what's been going on with Bezzecchi. The guy's had a rough patch, shoulder and knee injuries, a controversial incident with a marshal that got him banned from the Czech Grand Prix, and a string of DNFs. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just a bad streak, it's a test of resilience. What many people don't realize is that these moments define a racer's career. It's not about how you perform when everything's going right, it's about how you bounce back when it's not. Bezzecchi's comments about not being 100% yet. That's raw honesty, and it's refreshing to see a rider acknowledge that they are not invincible. In my opinion, this vulnerability could actually be his strength if he plays it right. One thing that immediately stands out is his mentality shift. Last year, he was probably riding with confidence, maybe even a bit of swagger, after that Silverstone win. This year, he's talking about just getting on the bike and seeing how it feels. That's a massive change. What this really suggests is that he's focusing on the process rather than the outcome. And honestly, that's a smart approach, especially when you're dealing with injuries and a title race that's slipping away. It's like he's resetting his expectations, which could actually help him perform better under the radar. A detail I find fascinating is how he's not putting pressure on himself to replicate last year's performance. That's maturity right there. Now, let's talk about Silverstone itself. Bezzecchi called it a super special track, and he's not wrong. The weather, the layout, the mix of fast and technical sections, it's a wildcard circuit. But here's where it gets interesting. He mentioned how the track balances the playing field between manufacturers. This raises a deeper question. Does this mean we could see an unexpected winner this weekend? Personally, I think that's part of what makes Silverstone so exciting. It's not just about the riders, it's about how the track and conditions can shake up the entire grid. If you think about it, this could be Bezzecchi's chance to surprise everyone, even himself. Finally, let's zoom out for a second. Bezzecchi's situation isn't just about this race or this season, it's about his evolution as a racer. He's gone from being the early title leader to someone who's fighting just to stay in the game. But here's the thing, champions aren't defined by how they handle success, they are defined by how they handle failure. From my perspective, this is Bezzecchi's moment to show what he's made of. Will he crack under the pressure, or will he use this as a launching pad? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to be watching. And if there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that this weekend at Silverstone is going to tell us a lot more about Marco Bezzecchi than any lap time ever could. So, what do you guys think? Is this the beginning of his comeback, or is he just buying time? Let me know in the comments below.